There we go. All right, man. I'm gonna walk today and talk because I don't feel like sitting at the computer after I walk in the shower, sit at the computer outside. So, we was talking about this in the Discord, and I have a video coming tomorrow. Think about changing my pick, and tonight I might sit down and do the film breakdown. I might hold on. How you doing? Yeah, I might break it down tonight and then make it frisky on a Patreon for a minute, or I don't know, because I can't upload it to YouTube. You gotta go on. I forget the name of the site. So I'm making some changes to the Patreon. So y'all be patient. So we can post how we want to post on there. So making some changes on how I'm upload the content on there. But yeah, for sure. Um, Especially depending on if I soak in the bathtub, because I just did legs today. Jesus Christ, man. But but yeah, I mean, I think I might change my opinion. I'm gonna talk about Norman and Haney too, towards the end. I mean, let me get that out the way. So, my boy from Philly hit me up. He said that Haney the favorite in that fight. Um, am I surprised? No. You hear Bob kind of, somebody put on Bob Twitter handle that Haney is a track star and they trying to build the fight. I mean, just think about it real quick. If you Devin Haney, especially, I want to kind of equate this to life. You a brother. Think about how slim your margin for error is. You know what I'm saying? Like, one person can accuse you of something and it can be totally off base and totally false. Or you can just have an off night or it be a one off and that's your reputation for the rest of your life. Think about that for a minute. Like, it can be a total one off or a total, um, or a total false accusation. And now, you known as, whatever. It's crazy. It's crazy the amount of pressure niggas really be under. You know what I'm saying? But, you gotta just have a large dose of fuck it. So he had one fight in which he moved, and now he's a runner. Canelo had one fight in which he moved versus Triple G. He didn't get, he did the same. He didn't run as much, but he pretty much, he didn't go toe to toe. He moved in that whole fight. Ryan Garcia, he didn't go to the fire versus Rolly. He ran the whole fight. One thing we could say about Devin Haney, even though Ryan was rocking his ass, he still was strapping his nuts on. I hope Devin Haney and Terence Crawford don't really look to the boxing public to give them their credit for how they really moving. Because a lot of people are saying Bill Line, Bill Line, Bill Line. Well, according to Turkey Al-Sheikh, they willing to fight anybody. And he's showing that with Norman. But the reason he the favorite is because of speed and experience. That's it. It's the experience. It's really the experience. That's why he the favorite. And that's to say something, because Brian Norman been fighting some tomato cans his last couple fights. But I agree with him fighting tomato cans. I don't really agree with him being the champion in fighting tomato cans per se. But he looked funky ass in them fights before he fought Santiello. And I know, if you down on your luck as a black fighter, fight a Mexican. They made Tevin Farmer a F plus fighter look like an A plus fighter. That's a fact. They made him look like an A plus plus, and he's a fucking C plus at best. But I'm gonna say an F plus. So, go. They made him look like an A plus plus. So, yeah. But sorry, he tripping. That dog up there tripping. He old. He an old man. He said he like 12. This nigga just grumpy. But yeah, so yeah, you go down on your luck, fight a flat-foot Mexican. You'll look like a world beater. And he fought Jin Saki, who got knocked out already by Hiroka. The Japanese Guyanese a guy. I like him a lot. I would love to see him on a Crawford Canelo undercard. I love to see that. That was one of the best kept secrets in boxing. I think his name is Andy Hiroka. He knocked out Jin Saki at 40. Ain't nobody at 40 fading him. If he get the experience, it's over with. I tell you that right now. Big kid, big frame. I mean, Brian Norman said they would fight him too. If he wanted to come up and welcome them at a 147, he said that they will fight Andy Hiroka too. His daddy said that. Better leave that nigga alone. Like the bike. He been did the funky two-step on he been to beat the shit out of Brian Norman. That nigga been to beat the shit out of Brian Norman. He leave that motherfucker alone. I know y'all want to come back to Japan. You don't want to come back for that. He probably can jump up to 47 and put hands on Brian Norman. That's no disrespect. I like Norman. But Norman in there versus a fluid black fighter, I like I said, I gotta stop making knee-jerk like pre-predictions. I gotta watch this film. Get back to watching this film, But that's why Haney favored. When you move up and you fight bigger opponents, the one thing you don't want to compromise is your speed. That's one thing you don't want to compromise. That's your biggest ally in moving up in weight is your speed. That's your ally. And we're not just talking about hand speed. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hand speed get grouped in with punching power get grouped in with strength. That's not the same thing. Strength and punching power are two different things. You can be strong but not be able to crack an egg. So it's just that overall speed. And I watched a video where a brother was narrating about, and Roger Mayweather was working with an amateur. Y'all might have seen it on Instagram. He made a very good point, and I said this in the video y'all see tomorrow about Bud, if I post it tomorrow. He made a very good point. He said there's no such thing as advanced boxing. It's just, mastering the fundamentals. And it's the same thing when I play golf. There's really no such thing as mastering golf. That's a fact. It's the ultimate sport of repetition, golfing and boxing. It's the ultimate sport of repetition. Stop. You're pretty much mastering like the fundamental. That's all it is. Just think about boxing and just like a little micro doses. Like, movement. You learn to, slide on the ropes. You learn to hold your position. You usually put your foot on the back wall to get your spacing from your back foot to your front foot. You learn to step forward, step back, step forward, step back. You might double step forward, learn to pull back. Then you start to learn how to, weave, step to the side. Then you move back, move back up, weave, weave your head, step to the side. It's like learning to hustle. Like they all call it line dancing in the South. Real ninjas in the Midwest, we call it hustling. That's all it is. You learn it in parts. And basically then, it gets a little bit complicated, but it's still fundamental. Where you hold your guard at, where you keep your chin down. Once you start stepping up, stepping back, stepping over, weaving. Once you learn to feint, once you starting to punch, do you bring your hands back home? Do you forget to weave and roll? You know what I'm saying? Do you forget to move your head off the line? Okay, you move your head off the line. Did you bring your hands back home? When you weave, now, you weave, do you come back up with a hook? When you throw a jab, you double the jab, step over, come back with a hook. So it's not really anything advanced. The advanced boxing is it's pretty much putting combinations of movements together. That's all it is. And the more creative you can get, and the more you can master it, the better you can get. That's all it is. Jab, jab, right hand, step over, front, back, side, weave. That is really no advancement. Can you keep your chin down? Can you keep your hands up? That's all it is. And then, where it get funky at is, can you do it when you're tired? You know what I'm saying? Can you do it when you tired? When you tired, your chin fly up in the air. When you tired, do you drop your backhand? When you tired, your reflex. That's pretty much, that's boxing. It's all fundamental. It's just the same thing with golf. It's all fundamental. You know, your follow through swing. You keep your head down when you come up. Your arms stay straight. You know, it's your legs contorting with your torso. Your torso contorting with your shoulders. Your shoulders working with your head. Is your hand placement right? Is your wrist on is right? That's all that shit really is, and that's the fact. So, you know, like I said, it's gonna be very interesting with Norman and Haney because it's just movement, and that's if Haney gonna win this fight, it's just gonna be based on movement. It's gonna be movement. He gonna beat him with speed, experience, and movement. And Brian Norman is clumsy. You know, even look when he kind of like places his hands, the way he places his hands, he looks stiff, he look tight. I mean, 23, so what you expect? Hold on. You want shit. Hold on. Alright. Y'all don't see this rated R dropping a doozy. Hold on, don't do it. This joker had a rib bone the other day. But yeah, that's pretty much all. Pretty much. So it's gonna be the movement that kill him. And the thing about it is, what we fear when you move up in weight, um, what you fear is, you know, is the guy catching him. But he can't catch what he can't see. He can't catch what that won't stay stationary. So, you know, you see what Canelo and Floyd was on. You know, he couldn't catch Floyd. Floyd kept him off balance. So pretty much Devin Haney is going to keep him off balance. You know, he's going to keep him off balance with feints, movements. He's going to step over. He's going to throw combinations. And the leading thing in this fight is going to be his speed and his jab. Haney probably one of the fastest guys in boxing, but it don't appear that way because he's trying to be a puncher. If he come to this fight just to score, and don't worry about trying to hurt Norman and just score, he'll hurt Norman. Not only will he hurt Norman, he'd easily outpoint him. But the question for me is, I think he got a better chance of taking Norman's shot than Crawford taking Canelo's shot. Obvious reasons, the weight gap and the skill gap, right, between Norman and Canelo. And it should be that way, you know, Canelo's experience. But it also, obviously, one guy jumping up 2 weights and Devin kind of jumping up 3 pounds in this fight, just to kind of like speak on that, to elaborate. So I think Devin can take the Norman shot better than Bud can, but on the other side of it, I think Bud is better defensively. Kind of see what I'm saying? So my number one thing for Haney, you know, I think he can take the shot enough where he can, you know, he can win the fight. The question for him is who he want to be. You know, people laugh about him always changing his hair color and his clothes, but at that age, about 25, 26, 27, you know what I'm saying? You still trying to figure out, you know, you just figuring out like who you are as a man. You know what I'm saying? So I think kind of that identity crisis that he got, what kind of is he blind one time? He, once a man finds his comfort level in life and finds his style, and some of you niggas don't never find y'all style though, to be honest. Some of you goofy niggas still can't dress. But once you find your style and you find your comfort zone, you'll be straight. But right now I don't really see him being comfortable. I don't see the comfort, you know, and when fighting, his daddy can dress it up all he want to, and he can say that we got different tools in the warehouse and all that shit. Like, you come up there versus a killer like Norman who can punch and who's strong, he may not have the reputation, but he's strong, he's athletic, he's fast, and it look like he putting it together, like I said, microdosing versus bum ass competition with Tevin Farmer. You know, that's what I'm saying. So now when you fight, that one Mexican guy he fought before he fought Jinsaki, now you go in there and you fight Jinsaki. Come on, them D, G, A, B, C, G, Z level type fighters. So now we step it up, and now you fighting, a guy that was elite, a guy that was pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? A guy that's fast. You know, now there's a talent gap there. There's a talent gap there. There's a talent gap. But what makes up a talent gap? A dog, a strong, durable dog. You know, can punch. Can seem like he can take a punch. Seem to be well conditioned. But that's another thing. Can Brian Norman go 12 strong rounds? So once I kind of really started, kind of think about it, and really think and kind of get back into a boxing mode because it's starting to heat up, I started to think. I'm like, Norman might be in a little bit of trouble because there's a lot going in Devin's favor. We just looking at the power, the durability, you know what I'm saying? But the skill gap is as big as the Atlantic Ocean. The skill gap is huge between them, and it's supposed to be. One guy just made a second title defense. He really was on the verge of getting cut by Top Rank tweet. He just needed that nigga remedy. Fighting the Mexican, fighting the flat-footed Mexican. Niggas can't miss damn near. If you are a little bit of somebody, you can beat a flat-footed Mexican. Look at Tevin Farmer. Man, Tevin Farmer just fought Mexicans. You would think he Floyd Mayweather. That's all Floyd Mayweather did. Why do you think Floyd ended up in there with no El Negro? He stayed fighting Chihuahuas. And what's the hairless Mexican dog called? I forget what it's called. The one that they eat sometimes. It's real shit. That's a fact. So all you gotta do is fight one of them. But now you going against somebody who got sauce, who got athletic. If Devin find his identity and just find out it's hit and not get hit, Devin gonna win this fight. But if he's sitting here trying to throw knockout punches, he gonna be looking at the roof of the church, the preacher telling the truth that it hurts. So really it's up to Devin. And Norman can catch him. I mean, yeah. But I think Devin can survive one or two good shots. I don't know what type of finisher Norman is. So, but the talent gap and the experience gap is wide in this fight. It's too wide. Norman got the equalizer. It ain't all about power. Not in this particular fight. It ain't all about the power. It's not about the power in this fight. Now, that's not even the top 3 concern, in my opinion. When has Norman fought a guy with this level of talent? You got to ask yourself if he haven't. He sparred a lot of great fighters, but he ain't fought nobody with this speed, with this athletic gifts that they got, with this type of jab. So you could talk about him closing that gap all you want to. In boxing, you do got some fighters like Chavez that can close that gap. You know what I'm saying? But closing the gap ain't as easy, especially when you fighting 8 ounces. In the last weight class, it ain't as easy as tucking my chin and going to knock him out. If it was that easy, Jose Ramirez would have did it. So even, a guy like Chavez Sr., who made a living of learning how to cut the ring off, weaving, getting on the inside, and he played the long game. He be like, he hit Chavez with 7 good shots, and Chavez hit him with 2 good shots. And them 7 shots, they can stay 7 for 3 or 4 rounds. But Chavez 2, 3, 4 in a row, 5 in a row. Now them 7 shots, you get to the middle of the championship rounds, he throwing get off me shots. And now Chavez still throwing real blows. Now he got you where you want to. So there is a certain science to like closing that gap and being that inside fighter. And when I see for Norman, they really trying to like work on his distance and work on his jab and keeping his opponent on the outside looking in. So that's the difference. That's what they working on. So they're really working on that. Just keeping guys with that jab on the outside. But he doing that versus like Z level opponents. So that's what I'm trying to say. Now you step up, and if he don't make a statement early versus Devin, and that's the thing I was gonna say about Bud. Once them type of dudes get into a rhythm, it's hard to break a boxer's rhythm. It's hard to break that rhythm. Once they get in a rhythm, it's damn near impossible to break that rhythm. So the thing about Norman is either he come out hot. If he come out and they stand in the middle of that ring, and Devin gonna pick him apart in the middle of the ring. He might catch Devin with a good hook if Devin don't defend. But in the middle of that ring, it's gonna be interesting. But that talent gap and that speed gap is gonna be what's. Yeah, Norman got fast hands, but is he fast? Is he fast? That's one thing about Haney. He gonna get in and out. He gonna move. If he punch like he did versus Regis, or he just throwing the land with accuracy, and he learned in that fight. If I throw with accuracy, I can hurt you. His power come from his speed, his velocity, and I'm telling y'all, that gap between them. The more and more I think about it, and I'm gonna break the film down at some point. The more and more I think about it, a lot of these fighters, they leave a lot to be desired. And Norman is one of those fighters who leave a lot to be desired in the skill department. He leave a lot to be desired. And Haney might point him. He might be pointing him till he looking at the roof of the church. But same thing, me and Adonis, and that's Modern Brutes for y'all who don't know. We was talking about Usyk. He think the boys got a chance, and the boys is cutting. And I'm gonna cover that fight. I'm gonna talk about that fight. I might go live for that fight. I might do it for the culture. And I was talking about that fight to squeeze that in real quick. And the interesting thing about that fight is he don't have the sauce to keep up with Usyk. He too stiff. He too stiff. Ain't no heavyweight out there can fuck with Usyk. Even he getting older, he too saucy. He too saucy, he too fast. He too fast, too shifty. And then his little choppy movement, most heavyweights, they got that elongated movement. He too choppy, can't do nothing with him. He can't do nothing with him. The speed, the gas tank, the IQ, the ability to leverage his bigger fighter, the boys can't do shit with him. I wish they would have called that a knockdown, because he was going to get up and knock the boys out regardless. And I like Dane the boys, but too much sauce. I told people from day one, when I really study the film, I rarely miss on this boxing prediction shit. When I don't give a fuck, I just don't give a fuck. I'm just giving you a pick off recollection. But I made it a point, when I seen him beat Joshua, and the way he beat Joshua, told y'all niggas, I said, ain't nobody he gonna beat Fury. The Otto Wallin fight, the Steve Cunningham fight should have told you everything you need to know about Fury. I said, oh, he losing to him. I seen all I need to see in that Joshua fight. Brits will never probably be on top of boxing as a heavyweight. And if they on top of the heavyweight division, undisputed, like clear and cut, something wrong with boxing. Brits don't deserve to be on the top of the heavyweight boxing list. I'll say that right now. They not that good. The sport watered down. But if you knew what to look for, versus Usyk and Fury, all you need to watch is the Cunningham fight and the Otto Wallin fight. And there might be a couple other, but them the two I would say look how he struggled he couldn't see the punches. And then ultimately, what happened with great fighters, and this is something that Canelo never done. Let me say that Canelo's never done this in a fight. And I'll give you one time where he semi-did it, but he really's never done this to this point. In that Fury-Usyk 1 fight, it was a turning point in that fight. The turning point, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna break down old fights for sure. I'm gonna start breaking down fights for y'all and showing y'all what I'm talking about. Because a lot of these dudes, they give y'all like reaction videos, but they don't reference. Like my reference, I don't have notes. I don't read off a teleprompter. This is off recollection. This is talent. That's why I can always like remember key points in the fight because I'm actually watching that shit. It was a point in that first fight where Fury was beating the shit out of him. I thought, ooh, he might get stopped. Usyk made an adjustment that he made an adjustment on the fly. I don't know whoever the coach was it Lomachenko daddy or whoever it was. He made an adjustment on the fly. He started going to his right into Fury left hook because he had southpaw to line up that left hand. And he found out when he went to Fury's left hook, he couldn't throw a left hook. He couldn't throw a left hook. When he couldn't throw that left hook, it was a wrap. Usyk kept lining that straight left up on him. That's all she wrote. I seen Fury throw one left hook when Usyk went to that left hook. He chicken winged it. It was one of the worst left hooks I saw. Oh, he in trouble. And Usyk ran with it. And I always said I would love to see how would Usyk deal if Fury could throw that left hook. I always say, okay, what if Fury could throw a left hook? What would Usyk do? And I think what he would have did, he just would have tucked his chin and just went straight down the middle. No Diddy, no Harvey Weinstein, no Kevin Spacey, no Kanye. That's what I think. But Fury didn't have a left hook, and that was the fight. that was the fight. No left hook, no win. And that motherfucker kept, in that second fight, did the same thing. He kept going to his right, lining that left hand up. That first fight, he lined that left hand up. You would have thought that nigga had some Andes with the laser on him. Pow! Fury was knocked out on his feet. He lined that motherfucker up with that. And you wonder why, why guys can't cut the ring off? Most motherfuckers don't got a hook. Part of cutting that ring off is being able to throw that hook. Think about it. If I'm walking this way and you ain't got no hook, how I'm gonna cut the ring off? I mean, you got a hook. I gotta be more creative on how I cut the ring off, especially if I'm jabbing and you catch me off the hook. If you ain't got no hook, Roy Jones speak on that a lot. Everybody talking about not having a jab, but a hook is very important too, because if you don't have that hook, that's a very critical part of cutting the ring off, is having a hook. And also the critical part of stopping motherfuckers from cutting the ring off is having a hook. Because, if I want to cut you off and you throw a mean hook, I'm not going that way. Stop playing with me. You gotta be stern with Miles sometimes. And I want to walk that way and you got a hook, man. And you know what? I don't think I want to cut you off till going to my right and you clip me with a good left hook. So having a hook can help you cut the ring off, and having a good hook can help you stop opponents from cutting the ring off. So I might be like, damn, why didn't Jose step over and cut the ring off? He didn't want to get clipped. But the one time Canelo kind of made an adjustment like that was in the Lara fight. When Lara kept sliding out, I think Lara was sliding to his left. He had southpaw. He could have been sliding to his right, I don't remember. I think he was sliding out to his right. My bad. To his left. Whichever way into Canelo left hook. And Canelo just started doing a left hook to where Lara was sliding out to. And he kept clipping Canelo. He kept clipping Lara. And Lara kept running into that left hook to the body. And Lara never did nothing different. Instead of Lara sliding the other way or going straight forward. That's the difference between the best fighter in the world and Usyk, or one of them, and the Lara. You know what I'm saying? Lara just kept sliding to Canelo. That's what led Canelo back into the fight. He kept going the same way, getting hit by that left hook to the body. So that's the difference. Usyk got sauce. Usyk can make plays. He can make adjustments. Lara didn't make the adjustment. But that's the one time he made a semi-adjustment, and some people still thought he lost. So, hold on. Devin Devin Chin better hold up. I mean, you can say that. Why y'all don't say the same thing about Bud Chin holding up versus Canelo? See, y'all gotta be objective here. Why y'all don't say nothing about Bud Chin holding up versus Canelo? This nigga coughing. Come on. Why y'all don't say nothing about Bud Chin holding up versus Canelo? I thought so. That's what I be saying. You know, one people they make one case, but they don't make the next case for the next guy. So at the end of the day, we'll see. I think Devin can take Norman punch. I'm not saying he can take it over and over again, but I think he can take the punch. You know, but that's just my opinion. But he also could still get knocked. He could take the punch, still get knocked the fuck out now. But no longer. I don't know. I gotta watch the film. But I'll speak on it. Canelo looks flabby. That's his last fight. You gotta think about it. Fighters get up. Fighters get up for certain fights. So y'all did that a lot. I remember who did Mayweather look bad versus? And niggas was like, oh, Mayweather need to retire. I forgot who he fought. He looked terrible. That motherfucker looked terrible. Damn, who did he fight? It might have been the Cotto fight before he went to jail. That nigga was going to jail. And I think he fought Canelo maybe not too long after. Man, that nigga, man, he beat the fuck out of Canelo. Niggas was talking about he need to retire. He out his prime. You got to understand, when you fighting in fights like this, Canelo got a lot to lose in this fight. That's what y'all don't understand. I feel like you're going to get the best version of Canelo in this fight. This will define his career. That's why he didn't want to take this fight, because it's going to define his career. That's why. This fight is going to define his career. So, he lose to a dude moving up the weight classes, or really 3 in my opinion. That's what he's going to be known for. In reality, that's what he's going to be associated for, because Bud, you know, got undisputed at 40, undisputed at 47, not undisputed at 68. He's going to be on the wrong side of history. You know, that's why the risks outweigh the reward for this fight. But historically, it's on Netflix too. So, but the thing about it, me and Adonis was talking about the fight. He made some good points. We had some really good boxing conversations that really motherfuckers should pay to listen to be honest. And he made a great point about this fight. You know, and we was talking about it, and I was thinking, I'm like, man, you know, the one thing he probably need to do is get on the inside. He said, he was like, yeah, Crawford need to get on the inside early in that fight. And if you watch the Floyd fight, Floyd did a lot of fighting on the inside with Canelo. You know, he did a lot of fighting on the inside. And what Floyd understood was basic boxing. And remember, it really ain't no advanced boxing. The basic boxing was Canelo has to be set. So when he set his feet, either A, I'm going to move the fuck out the way and make him pick his feet up. B, I'm gonna get off before he get off and smother him, or land in sorry, I just got done working out too. Now I'm walking this ninja. Or I gotta get off first. Or when he set, I better feint, freeze him and go. Or when he freeze, I better step over and make him reset. It's no different than the Pacquiao fight. Pacquiao and Canelo kind of got the same type of shit. They got to be set to throw. So when you look at guys like Boots is another guy, and Adrian Broner, they fight flat-footed. So you know when they punch, watch the feet. The feet is going to flatten out. They're going to be flat. They're not going to punch off platform. They're not going to punch off the balls of their toes. So when you watch a guy like Crawford fight Victor Postal, you know what I'm saying? Look how he fought Postal. He got on the balls of his feet. he was able to generate power off platform. So he was able to be on the balls of his toes and punch off balance and still generate power. Not too many fighters can do that. Mayweather did it when he was younger. He was able to really, when he fought with a rhythm, he was really able to move guys off that spot, turn them and just fire and generate a lot of power. You know what I'm saying? So with Canelo, he don't really have. He has to be in Pacquiao and Ennis and Broner. They flat-footed. So if you really a student of boxing, that's why he couldn't catch Karen Turkogyan. He was too flat-footed. He was too flat. So that's one thing when you first look at it, when you first breaking down film, the first thing I really look at is the feet. I look at the feet. So that's the thing about it. So he understands if I get on that inside, you know what I'm saying, and I get in between, and I can punch in between his shots, because Canelo throws everything at the same speed. So if I can get in between those shots, and just touch him, I'm not trying to hurt him like Mayweather was just scoring. I can just score on the inside, smother him, get off, smother him, turn him, throw a couple combinations. He gonna throw big, so we know that. When he throw at Bud, it's gonna be, the punch is gonna be at the same, he gonna load up on the shots. They're gonna be the same power, the same speed, so he know that. So knowing it's gonna be the same power, same speed, you just wanna touch. You want to just touch. That's all you want to do. You don't want to sit there and load up, because once you start loading your shots up, you take away your advantage. Your advantage is to beat him to the punch. So once you start loading, so now that little time that his shots couldn't get there, they can get there. So that's one thing that he seen Mayweather get on the inside and score. And that's all he looked to score. He didn't look to hurt Canelo. He humiliated Canelo. And when he would attack Canelo and pull out or get out of there or slide out, Canelo would try to come back with the same hook. Mayweather would catch the hook, either, smother him, get out the way, turn him, reset the feet, and then beat him again. He beat him to the punch. Canelo still, that's why I say when Canelo fought Floyd, he never learned that I can't throw my punches at the same timing, the same rhythm. He stole the same combination. He never learned to take something off the punches. He never learned punch variety. He never learned to really establish the jab. He liked to pull counter. He learned that from Floyd. You know what I'm saying? He throw the jab hard. He throw a left hook hard. He throw the right hand hard. He throw everything at the same speed with the same power. So somebody who understands, he throw this at the same speed, same power. If I get inside his arms or get close to him, you know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna touch him up, and I'm gonna smother him. I'm gonna touch him up. I'm gonna get out the way. I know he's gonna come back with the left hook. Come back with the loaded left hook. I'm gonna catch it, and either I'm gonna catch it, I'm gonna get out the way, or I'm gonna catch it, reset, get out the way, or I'm gonna catch it and I'm gonna return fire. And that's what he did to Spence, and I explained that in the Spence fight when I did the Instagram live. Come on, man, come on. Gotta pull this guy. But that's what I explained in the Spence fight. Everything you seen in that Spence fight, I broke the film down in that fight. I told y'all Spence was trash on the inside. People try to tell me I'm lying. All right, show me where I was lying. I showed y'all. What happened? Spence threw I don't know what he threw versus Crawford when Crawford was on the ropes. He threw a clubbing overhand left. You know what I'm saying? What did Crawford do? He countered with a short right hook. Dropped Spence. People didn't even see the punch. Like I told y'all. Remind me of Williams Zepeda. These fighters fight with too much weight over their front foot. All their weight, their body position be over. It be over their There's just too many black people moving over here. Too many niggas. Let me distribute that. That's why I gotta move from over here. Just too many niggas. I can't lie. Yeah, I said it. Too many niggas moving in. I got to go. I got to go. When niggas start coming, CJ got to go. Not good wholesome black folks. Nope. They must be giving out Section 8 vouchers. Can't wait for Trump cut that shit. but I'm dead ass serious too. So that's pretty much the game right there. And then, he was like, yeah, he should fight him on the inside for 5 rounds. Beat him, put a punch, frustrate him. That way, when you fight him on the inside, oh my God. This nigga, he got a rental and he's just like, somebody gotta see me on my Charger rental. I'm so tired of black people. I'm so tired of these niggas. I swear to God, I'm so tired of niggas. I'm so tired of niggas. What I tell you. And then he gonna get pulled over and Brad with a badge gonna go upside his head. He gonna be talking about how police brutality. Go watch them body cam footage. I don't believe these niggas no more. I don't believe Pookie and Pookisha. I'm with Brad with a badge for most of you niggas. You deserved it. You ain't no Rodney King, nigga. You deserved it. Y'all niggas be riding around with 100% 10 all around your car, and then when you get pulled over, you want to play the race. No, nigga, you ain't supposed to have that 10 on that front window. You know it. Niggas want to break the law and then cry wolf. No. Pack you niggas up. You go to jail. Look at God. But CJ, stop talking about my peoples. These niggas ain't our people, God. Yeah, I won't go where the good people at. The good black, for the Cosbys. The blackish motherfuckers. Real talk. They get these black women these apartments. And they bring they pookie niggas out here. No. Tired of these niggas. What's wrong with you niggas? What's wrong with y'all niggas? But yeah, but then and then he should just go with this. Once you don't allow, when you go on the inside, and Canelo is gonna be flat-footed on the inside and and then about 5th round, 6th round, Bud going outside, then it's really about picking them apart because you got them frustrated on the inside. I think maybe you should stay on the inside. Inside one of the safest places. Canelo ain't no great inside fighter at all. he ain't as bad as Spence, but he ain't no great inside fighter at all. So, but he going outside is just really evading Canelo punch. So Canelo gonna try to put him on the ropes. The thing about it is, Mayweather did a part. You keep him off balance. So you keep him on the back foot. You keep him on the front. You keep him on that back foot. And when he get on the front foot, you move off the spot or you feint him. That's the game. It's a game of feet. It's a game of feet. That's what you do. When he flat-footed, 9 times out of 10 in this fight, he gonna be looking to throw. So you feint him. There's only 3 things you really need to know how to do. Once Canelo flat, you either gotta beat him to the punch. You either gotta beat him to the punch, move out the way, or you gotta feint. So one of the 3. But the reason he was explaining to me you go on the inside is because you wanna establish dominance. You wanna show him how strong you are. You want your hand speed. I'll put this in here. You want your hand speed to be the star on the inside. Your hand's gonna be quicker than his because he's gonna be trying to load up and knock you out. So you want your hands to be fast on the inside. You beat him to the punch. You in the check. You inside his power. You know what I'm saying? You frustrating him. You making him miss. You stepping around him. You know what I'm saying? You swimming without getting wet. So that's why you do it. When you go on the outside, now, guess what? You already established that I'm faster. You frustrated him. Now you take it to the outside. He don't have he don't use a good, consistent jab. So on the outside, you keep him on the outside, and now he desperate. So now he lazy. He don't like to move his feet. So now he gonna be following you around the ring. So when he throw those haymakers, the problem with William Skull is he didn't counter enough off those haymakers. So what Bud got to figure out is it's the miss. You got to make them miss, but you got to make them pay. So if he can make Canelo pay, that's going to be the interesting thing. He don't have to make him pay with devastating punches. He just got to score. So in Canelo, it ain't just about Canelo throwing the hook and him catching the hook. He must catch some of those punches or make them miss and counter them. And honest to truth, Bud is one of the best at doing it. Look at the Spence fight. He made Spence look pedestrian. Nigga, oh, Spence was fucked up in his eye. Nah. That fight before that, wasn't nothing wrong with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He was the Ugas monster. So, honestly, that's what's going to have to happen. If he going to win this fight, it's just going to be keeping Canelo off balance. Keeping him on his heels or making him move his feet. Soon as he plant flat-footed, either he got a ball. If Canelo get him on the ropes, either he got a ball up, or in a type of fight like this, you must take chances. So he might get you on the ropes. He might throw some shit. But guess what? Canelo ain't used to high-class boxing. He ain't used to shit coming back. He not used to guys punching with him. So think about the fighters that fought Canelo and really punch with him. It ain't too many good. It's a very, very elite company. And I can't think of too many fighters that do it. Guys that can counter punch, but combination counter punch. You see, like the Nuyuwa last fight, how old buddy was hurting Nuyuwa with a hook, but he never, if he would have followed up with 2 or 3 punches, he would be the champion of the world. He would have the title right now. So when most guys fight these power punching guys like Canelo, they thing is when they throw that one shot, it's just one shot. They don't throw 2, 3, 4 shots. You know what I'm saying? Well, Bud, even in some of them Spence knockdowns, that little right hook he threw, he was in position really to throw another hook, another punch, another. So Bud's always in position to throw 3 or 4 punches. So that's one thing about it is that Bud don't counter one shot. Bud gonna throw, he gonna work up and down. So to me, it really just comes down to can he take the punch. Watching that film on X with him fighting on the inside with Coach Red, I was like, well, they know what they need to do. And I didn't second guess that they knew what they need to do. But watching him and Coach Red work on the inside and what they was doing, that's what you need. That's exactly where they need to be at. Sometimes you got a blueprint. You don't need to create another blueprint. The blueprint is there how to beat Canelo. Bevel showed you. Mayweather showed you. He's not one of those guys that can cut distance. Kind of see what I'm saying? Once you can control him with your lead hand, he's not going to weave in there and do some crazy shit. He's not going to do no crazy shit. He's lazy. So once you're able to control him with that lead hand, it's pretty much cakewalk from there. But he cannot let Canelo stay on that front foot. If Canelo stay on that front foot and they get a fight where he get the beating on Bud or he get on that front foot, it's gonna get ugly. And I know people say, well, Canelo's slick. Canelo's slick versus fighters that's stiff. So it's gonna be an interesting fight. But if Bud can evade the punch or take the punch, if he have to, and it's gonna come a point where he's gonna have to take a punch. Whether it be a body shot, a head shot, but what they know is we gotta get his respect. And respect don't necessarily mean I gotta throw a punch that hurt him. I gotta get his respect by being able to land on him, but he can't land on me. Frustrate him. Khan was doing it. Khan just didn't, he kept doing the same shit over and over again and got caught. And then really, it's going to come a time like Charlo. He caught Charlo with a good right hand. You know what I'm saying? So, it's going to come a time. So, but if Bud get into a rhythm, only thing Canelo could really hope for is Bud exchange with him. But we didn't see Bud fight disciplined fights. The Postal fight was beautiful. So this is boxing 101. Crawford beating Canelo is boxing 101. It's really amateur boxing, to be honest. That's what it is. You just look to score. You just want to score. You don't wanna load up. You just want to score. You want to hit and not get hit. That's it. You want to watch his feet. Don't let them get set. If they get set, you fainting, you going, you smothering, or you evading. As simple as that. That's all Mayweather did. It was nothing super duper advanced what Mayweather did. What Mayweather did was so basic. I know you flat-footed, so I'm gonna put you on your heels. And when you get on balance, I'm gonna move off the mark, or I'm gonna hit you again and put you on your heels. And once I get you going from front to back foot and getting you confused, then I'm gonna throw some feints in there. Then you're gonna throw desperate shots. I'm gonna catch them, and I'm gonna return fire sometimes. Sometimes I'm gonna set in front of you. I'm gonna set my feet. You're gonna think you can hit me. And I'm gonna smother you, or I'm gonna move off the spot, or we both set, and I'm gonna throw 2 punches and smother you and hold you. That's all. I mean, what Mayweather did, it was nothing special. He didn't have to pull out a special tool. You know. He didn't have to pull out a special tool. So that was the beautiful thing about it. That's why he said it was easy. It was just basic one-on-one boxing. And Bud can do that. And I didn't see the interview about it. Watching Sugar Ray Leonard said this about Crawford proving that he better than Floyd. And quite frankly, I mean, yeah, you fighting a dude at 168 pounds. So, and then mentally, you have to prepare yourself to take the punch. I remember Virgil Hunter telling, when he said when Andre Ward fought Edison Miranda, he said that he told Dre, he set Dre down. He said, taking that punch is mental. It's mental. It's a mindset. Remember Muhammad Ali said, do you want to go to, you go in that dark tunnel. Do you really want to go in that room? So a lot of taking a punch is mental. You see it all the time in the street. You see somebody get smacked. You see somebody get smacked, and they take off and run. Necessarily, the slap probably didn't even hurt. The slap didn't even hurt. You know what I'm saying? The slap didn't even fucking hurt. Their mindset was just flight. You got some people that get hit, and they just gotta hit you back. That's just their mindset. Like, you hit me, I'm gonna hit you right back. We gonna thump. So, and people don't remember Miranda was a monster. Wild ass, somewhere from Africa, throwing crazy shit. Just like Sakio Bika. He was knocking shit knocking shit out clean back in the day. I think he broke Arthur Abraham's jaw fight. Abraham still won that bitch though. I'll finish this shit. If you don't know who Arthur Abraham is, I'll finish this shit. Who calling me a punk? I lost. No, you won. I'll finish this shit. I'll finish this shit. Niggas don't remember that fight. I was at that fight. He said, no, you won. You won. He said, I'm a punk. I'll finish this shit. That nigga got DQ'd. Arthur Abraham, Darrell laid the blueprint. He was never the same. He was never the same. I'll finish this shit. What up, Paw Patrol? What's that, buddy? That's our neighborhood watch. Hold on real quick. This nigga want to walk in all the high insect areas. Get your black ass in, your white ass in here, whatever color you is. Had enough of you. My dog is the most difficult dog to walk. Move. Get out of my face. Hold on, y'all. Let me read these questions. Shit. Fucking got bit 10,000 times already. Fucking hot. Miranda was from Colombia. Was he? That's a dark ass Colombian nigga. Let me see. I'm at my computer now. I believe you, but damn. Yeah, he was. Buenaventura, Colombia. It's a dark ass Colombia. That nigga had to have some African roots. Let me see. Oh, he was abandoned by his mother when he was 1 month old. They said at age 9, a promiscuous Miranda began search to locate his mother. He hitched rides on trucks beds over the course of hundreds of miles and was able to find his uncle working at a construction site. His uncle informed him that he was he was really the little boy his sister gave away. Then he should have a birthmark on his leg where Miranda revealed a 2-inch long circular proof. The man led him to his mother's new home, only to be abandoned again by his mother. Damn. By the time he was 12, he was working in the planting fields. The next year, he had a full-time construction job. By the time he was 14, he was working as a cattle butcher. At 15, Miranda took up boxing training for half a year before starting his amateur career. Miranda won 128 out of his 32 fights, winning 4 Colombian national titles. Miranda won a bronze medal in the 2000 Olympics trials in Argentina, but failed to qualify in the 2000. Damn, that's a fucked up. Damn, these bitches ain't shit. So he's Puerto Rican Colombian. So he has a Puerto Rican background. Damn, that's fucked up. He went all the way up to heavyweight, they say. Damn, that's fucked up. Mama just abandoned you. This nigga was a cattle butcher at 15. Nigga hitched rides to find his mother. Just for her to tell him. Well, he's from Puerto Rico. He's Puerto Rican. He just happened to land in Colombia. So, you do all that shit to find your mother hundreds of miles catching rides, and she say, fuck you again. Man, these bitches ain't shit. That's crazy, bro. I feel bad for him, but I remember I knew somebody and their family had located them after many years. He was like, man, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to know you niggas. I didn't found a way after all these years. You know, he was in his 40s or something like that. He was like, no, I'm good. And sometimes you don't understand it, but you get it. You get it. As soon as you become something, you figure it out. Then, I don't want to get to know you niggas. That's sad. I know a lot of people with that story. I mean, I didn't know women could leave their kids at the fire department. Kofi was good. Manny was good. He said, no, don't change it. You said no chance in hell but wins. I want to see it. And you say it was wrong. Nope, won't happen. 1 neutral. After if Haney survives the first 2 rounds, he probably wins by decision. He can't get caught early or it's night-night. Yeah, he got caught early versus Ryan. He started winning that fight. Really? And he just kept doing dumb shit. To Bud ABI to ruin Canelo's career. Canelo get hurt, Bud will embrace it. Well, they say it's a $5 million knockout prize in this shit. That's the rumor. Then on business, you pick Canelo and Dev. I got my respect for fight. I ain't pick nobody. I said when I watched the film, that's my formal pick. Yeah, Miles right here. Canelo who fought Jamil, not the same who finna fight Bud. That's the same motherfucker. Ain't no difference. Canelo the same guy that fought Floyd. It's the same guy. Ain't nothing different with him. I'm going for the underdog. He said I'm always going to go for the underdog. But he went through a lot of fuckery. Yeah, I mean, he better make it. He gonna win just by cashing a check. Bud no longer going to the upper room. I mean, he still might. That shit he hit Charlo with, boy, that was some shit. Shout out to Charlo for getting up. But he looked terrible at the weigh-in. I said it too. When he looked good, I said, no, that motherfucker looked terrible. And he admitted that he put on too much weight. They said they finna give Jaren this show. Man, I was going to speak on that. I had to hold my tongue. I'll talk about Jaren Jackson tomorrow. They got Jamari Smith 120. I'll be like, bro. Niggas who can't even rebound a hoop is getting money. You know, that is crazy. Niggas who can't even rebound a hoop is getting money. He said you changed. I don't know. When I watch the film, I look at it. December 31st fight. Who fight on that? I knew you are. Canelo plus 350 for the KO. Haney looked quick as hell his last fight. He's output was low. He's trying to knock him out and move at the same time. Norman got the equalizer. That dangerous. Don't get man. My thing is he don't know how to box. He just learning how to box. That's the problem. The gap too wide in boxing skills. So you can't depend on just walking a motherfucker down. That's my problem. Dangerous fight for Haney's, but he has a lot of key advantages. He do. He might have longer arms than Norman. I could be wrong. Norman a country ass nigga. That speed is the point. The speed is the point. That's the point. Hold on. He's 24 now. He's just so inexperienced. But we'll see. I definitely think he might send Haney wig upstairs though. Hold on. So Devin a little bit taller too. I think it said Norman was 5'8", a little bit taller. 5'9". So yeah, Norman got 1 inch reach advantage. So yep, Norman got a 1 inch reach advantage. Hakeem salute. One thing about Dev is that he wins rounds. He usually pitches shutouts. Yeah. Canelo gonna smack Crawford. He might. You gotta be able to hit him. He can't hit him. It's gonna be a problem. But it's gonna be a good fight. If it's a good fight, I don't know. I mean, it better be a knockout for him. He better outpoint him and keep it moving. Who do you think beats Roy Jones in his prime? At what weight? Middleweight, Hagler. Super, nobody. Light heavyweight, Moore, Spinks. Possibly Archie Moore, Michael Moore, Michael Spinks. Shit, really, that's it. To be honest, I could think of maybe Sugar Ray Robinson, but he didn't really get a title. But other than that, middleweight Sugar Ray Robinson, Marvin Hagler, 68. I don't even see nobody beating him at 68. Light heavyweight, Sugar Ray Robinson almost became the champion of the world there, but heat exhaustion. So he always gonna be a game though. But Moore, Spinks, Michael Spinks, Archie Moore. Michael Spinks, Archie Moore, Sugar Ray Robinson. I said somebody else too. So yeah, them the ones I could just think of off top. Oh girl, just put charge on Dev. He might be in trouble. Every time you get the bag, they have y'all. These niggas don't know the game. They get your baby and then they want to be single mothers by choice. They get the baby and then they start. Everybody think is okay. She had this baby, or they broke up during the pregnancy because it's the guy. It's the woman. Is this? Y'all don't see the play. They the ones that be love bombing y'all, and they get the baby and they take the baby. A lot of times, a lot of women just want the baby. They don't want the man. Because if you got the man, then you got to listen to the man. They don't want to listen to the man. They got your baby. They got your financial resources. They got an attachment to you. So if they want dick, they know most of you weak-minded niggas still gonna fuck. Right? They know they still got an income to you. They can always say, well, he won't give me more child support. And they blow all the money and they say you a deadbeat. And I've seen it happen to my homies in real life. I've seen it in real life. It's a lot of women that y'all think cool and got y'all back. That's misandrous. It's a lot of them. That's misandrous. They don't want to be under your leadership. They don't want to follow your plan. So if you got a woman that you say, take this off and wear this, and you tell her to do stuff, she don't want to do it, she fight you on it, keep it moving. You got a woman that go to other people for advice but don't come to you, or listen to other people for advice and don't listen to you. I'm telling you, cut ties. The signs are always there, bro. Like you gotta be, I get it. You don't want nobody else to have sex with her. I get it, but you can't stop that. I seen it happen too many people and people always blame the guys. The man fault. The man should have been better. The man should be like you just think about it. I seen this play over and over. You don't want these women don't want to. They don't want to be watched by guys going overseas where these women are raised to put family first. Any woman that put herself before God and put herself before a child, it's a terrible bitch. I'm telling you, it's a terrible bitch. You put yourself before God, you put yourself before your child. I don't really got nothing to say about you, bro. They don't care about these kids, bro. I hate that, but these niggas can't. I mean, let me be quiet. I don't understand how y'all don't be seeing it. Shout out to Daniel Berry. Had to be the Cotto fight. He fought so flat-footed. Floyd was sharp as hell versus Cotto. That motherfucker was getting wore out. Y'all see that he was in the shower bleeding and shit. He didn't use feints or set traps. Who you talking about? Yeah, because Lara lost that fight to me, one of the Triple G fights, so it looks like most of the dominant guys in his era, his legacy. Yeah, Lara, I had it a draw, but Lara, he didn't have an adjustment. I never seen a boxer throw that many combinations that Bud did when he first dropped Spence. Because Spence had his weight over his... Spence didn't have proper balance. Spence was always on the attack. His weight was too much on his front foot. You see that a lot. These guys got these wide stances and all their weight be over their front foot. You see it with Zepeda. You seen it with Broner. That wide stance don't allow you to be able to maneuver the way you need to maneuver. It's really a stance to throw power. But really when you're cutting the ring off, it's hard to cut the ring off with a wide stance. You need a stance that's closer where you can really maneuver, step side to side and move in and out. That wide stance is signifying that you're punching for power. It's not a stance where most fighters can get in and get out and be fast. Look at Pacquiao's stance. Pacquiao had a very narrow stance. That allowed Pacquiao to get in and out and dart the way he needed to. If he had a wide stance, Pacquiao couldn't move the way he moved. When Mayweather used to move, he darted. And when he moved up and away, he had a wide stance. He knew he needed to get respect, but he was able to control you with his reach. When he fought Canelo, he brought them feet back in, and guess what? He started moving again. When he fought Canelo, you start seeing Mayweather bring his stance in. Every time Canelo gets set, Floyd made him move, and that made him fight his left shoulder all night. Yup. Smothered him, feinted him, tagged him. He didn't just tag him with one or two shots. Sometimes he threw 1-2 and finished with an uppercut. He said it was basic boxing. I mean, all boxing is basic, but it was basic. That and he knows Canelo can't cut. It ain't even just about cutting the ring off. I think he knows how to cut the ring off. He got that knee injury. He a little lazy. I think Crawford is going to whoop Canelo. I noticed that Canelo couldn't really push Crawford. I really don't get into that. I don't really get into that. You know. But Crawford and Usyk, they used to wrestle, so they understand center of gravity. So one thing about wrestling, you understand center of gravity. Said Bud is going to counter him to hit. And the question is, will he get caught or not? Will he slow down with the extra weight? I think I'm going to go ahead and guess he had a better stamina. Canelo can't fight 12, so maybe if Crawford feels comfortable with his stamina, he can set a high pace. So maybe you looking at him just being a little bit more active than Floyd. A lot more active. That might be the case. I mean, Khan had a lot of activity versus Canelo. A lot of activity. And then Canelo in that one shot. So maybe Crawford might want to just step the output up. He might can get a condition that Canelo tired. He might want to step the output up, but you step the output up, then open up an opportunity to get caught. So Crawford stopped Canelo in 10. I'm picking Crawford because his movement to me, no flat night. But the thing about it is, can he do it for 12 rounds? That's the question. Crawford gonna touch Canelo when he's in the high guard. Will Canelo come out in the high guard? Is the question. What would they do different? Probably nothing. Canelo count stop Floyd, check hook. So he definitely had a problem with Bud. Yeah, I mean, it's the movement. It wasn't per se the hook, it's the movement. But the question is, maybe Bud feels something, he start moving off the spot. You got to understand, it's mental. It's mental. Sometimes you get hit with something you don't like. Now, if he can swim without getting wet the first half of the fight, he probably can take the abuse down the stretch. That's the question. He probably can, either you want to take that abuse early or you want to take it late. You take it early, you get a feel for it, but but speed is the key. I don't know my record. I got a whole playlist. You can check the playlist. There's a whole boxing prediction playlist. Whole boxing prediction playlist. He said Crawford must work in and out and move around. Yeah, it's true. Extra weight on might get tired. Who knows? Fight on the inside is going to preserve his energy. That's why Floyd did it. He preserved his leg. Blood going to do him dirty on the inside. Most I seen Canelo throw was against Mosley. This nigga 60 years old. This nigga 60 years old. The only way to receive your respect by eating punches. I mean, no. All you got to do is win. If you can take a punch, you get respect. Real talk. You get respect if you can take a punch. That's true. That's one thing. If you the bigger guy, you hit the nigga with some shit and he keep coming, like that dude demoralize an opponent. That's a fact. You hit somebody with your best shot and they keep coming, and you the bigger fighter, oh, you fucked up. With a Bud take his shot and keep coming. And that nigga gonna shit his pants. Bud needs to be Oscar Valdez versus Burchett. See, I was just hoping for the best. I mean, no, it's what it is. We know he got a foot advantage. We know he got a hand speed advantage. Charlo took a knee, got knocked him out. No, that nigga got hit with some shit. That motherfucker got hit with some. I was watching that shit the other day. He got hit with some shit. He said in the words of Mayweather, if you make a mistake, you're going to pay. Crawford be on the bike for 12 sounds. No, you can't be on the bike for 12 rounds. Mayweather wasn't. Yes, Miranda was born in Canelo. What makes you sure Canelo can compete? I mean, I like the way he moving up in weight. Like how the body, I know what he doing body-wise. He got a strength condition coach. He Donis made another good point. John Jones took about a year to put the weight on and go to heavyweight. So he put the weight on the right way. And then, black genetics is dominant. We can put weight on and it don't even look like the weight we put on. I mean, Roy Jones moved up all muscle. James Toney moved up from 60 to heavyweight. I mean, you see it all the time. I ain't gonna say you see it all the time, but you see it from a lot of black fighters. So for the most part, he gonna be strong. He gotta be fast. So I'm not really concerned about, how he carried the weight. He been carrying the weight for a year. The question is, how he gonna deal with the bumping and the physicality of Canelo? Getting hit on the hips, getting hit on the arms. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna deal with that? So that's probably why he fought so wild and angrily. The original Colombian, they dark as hell, if not even mixed European Spaniel. Damn. Oh yeah, they is kind of below the equator, ain't they? Blood fans hoping Canelo is not the same. Why they bank? No, he ain't been the same, and he ain't been really. He is who he been. He ain't really been shit. To be honest, he ain't been shit special. He's not a special fighter. I mean, he been doing the same shit for years. He not nothing special. He ain't learned to use a jab. He ain't learned to take shit, change the speed of his punches. Throw 1-2, left hook to the body, to the head, counter pull right hand. It's nothing. It's like really nothing to his game. He just physically dominant. Honestly. In this fight, he's just strong. Bird probably get paid $10 million bonus under the table. He getting paid for this fight. When Charlo was being all nice with Canelo the whole bill, I knew he was going to fold, but he don't mind getting crazy with another brother. Yeah, that nigga said, I look up to Canelo. Bitch, how the fuck you look up to somebody you older than? He said, did Porter, I seen all that. Yeah, I'll speak on that tomorrow. Tarver Kawasaki. Did he fight? I missed that fight. Did Tarver fight Kawasaki? Or you talking about Jeff Lacey? Man, he beat the shit. I'll never forget that fight on my mama. He beat the shit out of Jeff Lacey ass. I was like, oh, the brother about to win this. He was all swole and cocky and shit. Dog. Joe Kawasaki learned to teach his daddy. Joe Kawasaki father learned to teach him boxing from reading a book. This dude was a jazz musician. No cap. Yeah, you talking about Jeff Lacey. I don't think he fought Antonio Tarver. Man, nigga, man, he put hands, foot, toes, elbows, forearms, back foot, gluteus maximus, shoestrings. Nigga put earlobes on that nigga. Dog. I'm gonna watch that. I might watch that fight soon. I'll never forget that fight. That was speed kills. He killed him with speed and he killed him with volume. Like he was just he couldn't miss. He couldn't miss. That's one of my favorite. I hate to see a brother lose. That's one of my favorite fights to watch. Man, this shit was on Showtime, I believe. I'll never forget it. I'm like, man, Jeff Lacey about to beat left hook Lacey. Man, he about to beat the shit out of Kawasaki ass. And I had my fool. Man, I was flabbergasted. Man, he put hand, foot, and toes on my nigga. I was so mad. But then, like, I kept watching. I had to appreciate it, bro. Like, I had to appreciate it. But, man, the ass whooping he put on him, man, Master, please. I'll never forget that fight, bro. Man, that nigga was putting some shit on all arm punches, but pop, 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 pop. That nigga was putting hands on that motherfucker. Nigga put earlobes on him. Nigga put a chin on him, put his neck on him, put his rear delts and front delts on him. Hey, he made it the whole fight, though. He made it the whole fight, man. Nigga whooped his ass. That nigga beat his ass. I'll never forget that fight, bro. Army salute. That nigga, man. If you want to see an ass whooping, watch that fight. Watch that fight. You can watch that fight. What's another good one? Tex Cobb and Larry Holmes, a good one. Man, so many good ones. Hagler Mugabe, that's one of my personal favorites. That's a bunch of good fights to watch. Tarver would have put Kawasaki dick in the dirt. I don't know about that. Kawasaki, I'm one of the very few. I watched that fight. I'm a believer. I don't think too many people was fucking with Kawasaki. I think he would have beat Tarver. I could be wrong. I probably favor Kawasaki in that one. I know he really ain't jump up like that. So I don't think he jumped up to us. Yeah, he did. At that age, yeah, I think Tarver would have probably got him. But if he can be in his prime, hold on, my bad. I'm looking at the wrong box track. Yeah, he jumped up older too. So ain't nobody, man. Kawasaki, man, he got my respect. That's a bad white boy. He said this is the reason for him stepping outside the range because he wants to be. He's broke thrown away, undefeated. Man, I don't think the brother broke. I don't know his finances, but I don't think he broke. But if you got a chance to make 30, 40, 50 $50 million, fuck you going what shit. You know most men gonna do what they gotta do for their family, right? Y'all need to be talking about, oh man, you don't care about an undefeated record. The greatest fighter of all time is not undefeated. Sugar Ray Robinson is not undefeated. Muhammad Ali is not. If you got a chance, he probably gonna make about 40, 50 million in this fight. He gonna make about 40, 50 in this fight, bro. Like, the fuck you mean? So, I mean, you crazy. Shit, you gonna walk away from 40, 50? Man, I fight that motherfucker Canelo right now. I go fight Mike Tyson in his prime, 40, 50 $50 million. What you mean he don't have enough money? What are you talking about? When have you seen him lose a crib like Tank Davis lost a crib? What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? I'm about to make about $30 to $50 million. Look here, if Boots was about to get like 15 to 20 to fight T.O., he got to be making around 50. You crazy. Nigga, I'm fighting all y'all niggas for the 50 ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting all y'all for the 50 ball. Niggas don't be knowing what they be talking about. Hell yeah, I'm gonna jump up, get a chance to be undisputed in 3 divisions, and get the 50 ball. Yeah, Tank just lost the spot about a couple months ago. He lost the spot. Maybe he let it go. I don't know. Tell you something about somebody who got 70 fights and never even been on. Who knows? Everybody got a punch count. Dave, everybody got a punch count. He got 70 fights. 500, 600 rounds of fight. I think Bud got 250. At some point, it's only so much the body can take. We see it all happen all the time in boxing. Where a guy chin crumble right before our eyes. He had an iron chin. He getting knocked out by average or a feather-fisted puncher. You know, Sergio Martinez wasn't known to be the biggest puncher. Ain't nobody see him knocking out iron chin Paul Williams. We ain't see that coming. They ain't see that coming. I mean, we see. I mean, you see it in boxing sometimes. Heavyweight kind of different. I can't, you gotta respect all they punching power up there. But ain't nobody see Andre Ward stopping Kovalev in that second fight. Nobody seen it coming. So it happens. Remember, Paulie hurt Juan Diaz. Nobody see him hurting Juan Diaz. Nigga bust shit out his ass. Even Paulie was fucking shocked. Nobody seen Roberto Duran going up there and hurting Sugar Ray Leonard the way he did. So when you start kind of talking about boxing, it happens that way. Most people thought, Julian Jackson was going to ice Mike McCullum. McCullum almost sent him to the upper room. So, like I said, you got to know boxing. Like, some people could take more than others. You said it yourself. He had 70 fucking fights. That means I think he had over 600 rounds of boxing. Bud got like 250. Who the fresher fighter? Who the fresher fighter? When Bud was on Club Shake, Shannon said Canelo getting the 150 and Bud getting 100, and Bud just smirked. Bud gonna get paid? Nigga, you can't tell me I'm broke because I'm going to make 50 million, 100 million. Nigga, you crazy? We all going on there. You gotta go. You don't even know boxing. You got to go. You got to go to the upper room and hear. Calling Mike McCullum a mediocre name, Julian Jackson a mediocre name. Are you out your mind? Come on, man. Are you out your Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard? Lacey Werner. Oh yeah, Kawasaki, man, he got my respect. I couldn't stand him till I seen him beat up Kawasaki. I fucked with him after that. Sometimes somebody just earn your respect. Yeah, Malik just posted on Snapchat. He ain't tripping about it. I ain't tripping about it. He just got a divorce from his bitch too. It's probably his bitch line. Crawford is known for being cheap. He don't know for being. He don't even wear designer for real. Where's his? Like I said, niggas just be hating. I mean, a lot of y'all niggas could have packed Dave up. Fuck, I got wrenches for it. Pack him up. Let me get out of here, man. What time is it? Yeah, pack out. Them niggas got me coming in early this week, so I about to finish watching Heat before it disappear off Netflix and shit like that. Y'all ever seen Heat? I ain't never seen Heat. Well, I can fire stick of this shit. Even watching Love Island, Judge Your Mama is actually pretty fucking good. It's kind of pretty fucking good. I don't even watch shit like that. A girl make you watch shit, I'm like, I'll watch it. You watching my bullshit. We went to see The Karate Kid. I'm like, I owe you. Like, I owe you. But Heat, man, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, great movie. Never seen The Heat. Y'all never see it. I know y'all real niggas seen The Heat. I watched Casino the other day. This is a masterpiece. Goodfellas. Come on, man. Oh, y'all been watched Black Mirror. I ran through that. Yeah, I ran through Black Mirror. Yeah, Black Mirror, Keke Palmer episode. Oh, that shit was good. Anthony Mackie, pack him up. Pac Anthony Mackie. Yeah, he is good as fuck. He good as hell. I just watched. We just watched Speed. Hell yeah. Hey, Love Island ain't bad though. It really ain't. Shit, I'll be honest with you. Shit, it ain't bad. Man, you looking at some nice looking women on there too. You can learn something from shit like that. You know what the Goldie, Goldie, the pimp say? I don't want to call him a pimp, but he said, "Yeah, I watch Twilight. I watch all that shit. It give you a good perspective on how women think though and what they like." Hell yeah, I ain't gonna lie to him. He ain't lying about that. Carlito's Way, yep. Oh yeah, I just posted Never Die Alone. That was my shit too with DMX. Hell of an actor. He should have kept acting. Yeah, my girl be watching live. Seen a few episodes. Yeah, this shit ain't bad. This shit kind of interesting. Let you know how women think, how they operate. You learn something from chick flicks. Learn how they think. Learn how they operate. Learn how they move. Yeah, I mean, shit I have no shame in it. Like shit, why wouldn't you watch it? 90 action flips. Oh yeah, Die Hard, second, third. I think the first came out in '88. I just Mission Impossible was good. This last one, the seventh and the sixth one was good. You know, that shit was good. Karate Kid was good too. That shit was good. I was rewatching Captain America, the one that just came out. That was solid. Thunderbolts, even though they got the people didn't see it, that was a really good movie. I fucked with it. I've seen quite some movies. I watched Straw. We watched Straw. Taraji did her thing. She carried that movie. Taraji and the brother that played the her boss. Oh, we just watched Blue Hill Avenue. Yup, we just watched that shit. With Alan Payne in it. Yup, we just watched that shit. Yup, Sugar Hill, Blue Hill Avenue is a Negro classic. Yup. Yeah, we just watched that the other day. It's on Amazon Prime. Death Warrant with John Black. I gotta check that. I'm gonna put that in my notes. Death Warrant. I was watching Bloodsport not too long ago. It was on YouTube for free last year. Oh, y'all gotta watch. Y'all ain't never seen. Damn, what's the name of that shit? Demolition Man. I watch that from time to time. That's on Death Warrant on Tubi. Yeah, Bloodsport. Kumite. I just watched Enter the Dragon a couple weeks ago. I really just be watching movies. Hey, Demolition Man. Wasn't that the one? Yeah, that's the one where they had to wear helmets and they had to have they wore helmets to have sex virtually, and you couldn't have physical sex without a permit. We need that shit in America. Straw was ass. I mean, Taraji was the shit in the Straw. I say that she carried it, just like Keke Palmer carried that weak ass Jordan Peele movie. What was it called? The one where the aliens came and got him with the brother from the UK. Keke Palmer carried that movie. Yeah, Wesley Snipes played the fool in that bitch. Yeah. What was the other one? What's the one with they remade with Colin Farrell? It had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. True Lies was good, but I'm not talking about True Lies. Damn, what was the name of that movie? That shit where Arnold Schwarzenegger had the helmet on and they fucked his head up, and then he thought it fucked his head up, but they really was trying to run a play. What was the name of that shit? I ain't seen D House. Damn, what was the name of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Man, what was the name of that movie? It's on my head. It's because they remade it with Colin Farrell in it. Shit, Not Running Man. Not Kid in the Car and the Cop. Nigga say that. Damn. Oh, I want to think about this without looking it up. Total Recall. That's what it's called. Total Recall. That was my shit too. Total Recall was fire. My boyfriend. What they got to do with talking about? Yeah, Total Recall was fire. I didn't see the remake. I don't think I remember seeing the remake, but Total Recall was fire. But let me get off here. Appreciate y'all. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. But Total Recall was the shit. That's a fact. Total Recall was great. Demolition Man. We talking about 90s movies. Fire. The mob movies was fire in the 90s, bro. Like, for sure. Anything but The Godfather 3. That shit was ass. But peace.